no acceptable mutation rate is detected. One of the great current points is the acceptance of the evolution of the species. One of the great parameters against this theory is the time for this to occur. In the first case, we have the great difficulty that a cell can be formed from a lifeless environment, since evolution needs genetic code. But even supposing that by something extremely mysterious the cell came into existence with its genetic code, we must understand that there has to be an acceptable mutation rate, so that, for example, an asexual bacterium becomes sexual. For something like this to occur, a very large variability of DNA is necessary, so that many beings are destroyed for others to emerge. The big problem is that this system of great DNA variability does not occur. According to current experiments with bacteria, 25 years with 10,000 generations of bacteria did not generate mutagenic rates capable of determining the possibility of the evolution of the species. What was described in the experiment is a use of citrate as a non-deleterious variation. It's 25 years and 10,000 generations for a change in a DNA locus. This information is not plausible to accept the evolution in which several gene loci have to be changed randomly so that there can be at least one change from an asexual to a sexual being. In fact, there are factors such as the extinction of organisms, lack of food, hostile environments that tends to nullify or greatly reduce the specimens in nature. In the case of the experiment, the system generates care so that extinction does not have an acceptable effect. And so, the experiment was designed to have as much DNA variability as possible, not the other way around. And even so, this acceptable variability in relation to the number of beings, by time, by DNA variation is neither plausible nor acceptable. What we naturally have is the search for a belief. Belief is defending an idea regardless of other information. Naturally, one works with the belief in evolution based on so-called fossils. But the real proof of evolution would be the rate of change of DNA. And DNA variation rates are too low to accept the evolution of species. In fact, a mere analysis of human beings and anthropological history, we have that there have never been so many human beings in previous times. For example, according to evolutionary belief, a group of apes became Homo sapiens. But if we put together all the individuals of these apes until the formation of a Homo sapiens, they would not reach 1% of all the Homo sapiens that currently exist. That is, we have more than 100 chances that Homo sapiens evolved at the same rate as an ape to Homo sapiens, without this not happening. And every human being that ever existed and every chance of an evolution, it didn't. Not even another ape or species has become a Homo sapiens-like being. What we have, clearly, is a complete lack of experimental evidence in mathematical modeling that proves the theory of evolution.
If you are looking for more content from different areas, visit the reformadorstacad.com website. News and detailed content can be found, with system of research and organization of text and video.